Okay, so today I'm going to show you how to move your WordPress website from one directory to another, or even one hosting account to another, and we'll include moving the files and the database. So the first thing you need to do is to log into the, we'll refer to it as the old account and the new account. So the end result will be the current website, which could be on a subdomain of your current development company. So it could be James's demonstration site.yourcompanyname.com, and you want to move that to actually James's main domain and hosting account. That could be somewhere else, or it could be a subdirectory of your current site. So it could be raidhost.co.uk/James's development website, and vice versa. So the principles are the same, just slightly different data structures, that folder structures that we'll be looking at. So first of all, we'll log into where it is currently, and we'll need to do a backup. So in cPanel, look for the backups button, and then click download full backup. We'll do that. We'll save the backup to our home directory, and I won't need an email to confirm that it's finished. I'll be watching it. So you'll see this saying that it's progressing. Let's just go back. We can see it's currently in progress. So we'll just wait for this backup to finish. You can refresh the page, or sometimes just by pressing go back and then full backup. Okay, so this has now finished. We can download this backup by clicking on it. So the first thing we need to do is to download a copy of our WordPress files. So a WordPress website works in two pieces. You have the WordPress files, and you have the database that stores all of your content. So the files are the structure of your site and how it looks and presents itself to the web browser, but all of the content, so all of your posts, all of your pages, any titles, the meta information, all of that is all stored within the database. So first of all, we'll go to File Manager, and we'll just set it for home directory, and we'll tell it to show us any hidden files, so we get a true representation of what's going on. So you're pretty familiar with this structure. All your website files are normally stored under public HTML. Now if this is a subdomain, you'll often see the subdomain folder under the public HTML, or sometimes it's above public HTML and just sat in under home. Either way, you'll need to find where your website currently is, whether it's in a subdomain or that's under public HTML or above, or whether it's a subdirectory. So it could be under public HTML / and then the name of the folder that you would see in the URL. In my case, I've actually got it just under the root of the domain, so it's under public HTML. Now you'll notice that if you select folders on the left, you can't press the download or the compress buttons, which we're going to need to use, and that's because the right hand pane, this main piece, is actually where you can interact with. So if we want to select the public HTML to download, we'll actually need to select home, then public HTML, then press compress. And I'll just use it for now, and it's going to be called public_html.zip. That's pretty explanatory, so that's fine. It's just telling us that these are all the files that it's been able to compress. There's no errors, which is good. And if we press reload, we can see there is our backup from before, and here is our public HTML zip. So we're just going to right click and just going to download that. Okay, great. So there it is. We've got our public HTML. Great. So now we've done the files, but there's the other side, which is the database. So we'll close the file manager and we'll go over here, and we're looking for phpMyAdmin, and this is just a web GUI front put in front of the MySQL database, and we can see that our database is here on the left hand side. We need to select the database, the name will be the account name underscore and then the database name that you gave it at creation. But you just need to select the main parent and then move over to export and then press go. And you'll notice it downloads a file. So now we have all the folders in a zip and we have the database. So let's switch over now to our other account. So this is going to be the new hosting account, or the place where you want to move the site to. So at the moment, if I go into the home directory, public HTML, there's nothing. There's just a normal static file that is part of every account that's created on RaidHost. It's just a sort of holding page. So I'll delete that. Now you'll notice our public HTML folder is completely empty. So we need to first upload our files. So upload. Leave the permissions as they are. That'll be fine. And it's public HTML. Great. Okay, that's uploading now. You can see that in the bottom right. Just take a few seconds. Okay, so that's done. So now it says just complete with no loading percentage. Great, that means it's finished. Move back over. If we push reload, we can see there's our public HTML. So now there's another option called extract. We want to extract to public HTML. That's fine. Done. We can delete the zip file. Now, because we zipped up public HTML, we've actually got public HTML inside public HTML, and that's not going to work. So I'll go inside public HTML, I'll select all the items, and I'll drag them into public HTML, effectively relocating them. And then I'll just double check, yep, that's empty, so I can delete this public HTML sort of duplicate now. So all of these, sorry about that. So all of these files are now in our public HTML. So we've downloaded a zip file of a backup before, and now we've uploaded those to our new hosting account. We've extracted those and made sure that all the files are in the document root and then under the public HTML folder. So that's great. These are exactly where they want to be now. The next part is just uploading that database. So the best thing to do is if we go to the database wizard, we'll just call it James Dev or James Live Sites. Next, username live site. Ooh. Password, I'll just use the password generator. It's also a good idea just to load up a notepad so you can keep all of these details. So that's my password. Create user, give it all privileges. Next. Okay, I'm just going to take these details, add them to my document. Great. So I've got the user, the database, and the password. That's everything I need. So let's go back. Let's go into phpMyAdmin, and the .sql file that we exported from our old account, we now need to import. So select the database on the left hand side and then click import. It's really important you select the database on the left hand side before you press import. So I'll select.
Get ready for a great Sky movie summer with over 1,000 movies available at the touch of a button.
You have to see this.
From brand new box office hits.
Okay, so I've selected the new database we created on the new account on the left. I click import. I then select the database that we downloaded from the old account and I push go. And you'll see in a couple seconds. There we go, and you can see all the structure has come back. So now we just need to go over to the file manager. And I'll just repeat how we get in there. So back to cPanel, file manager, okay. And we'll go into the public HTML. And we need to find the wp-config.php, and we'll just open that up in code view. And we just need to change these details. So these will be the database username and password for the old hosting account. We need to update these with the details we set up earlier. So we know the username. So we'll fill the username field out. We know the database name. And this normally for us, the structure will be username of the cPanel account underscore, and then whatever naming convention you use. We need to update the password. Okay, so we've done the database name, the username, and the password. We'll just double check those side by side. So looks like I just made a mistake. So database name, username. Perfect, are they correct? Yeah, okay, that looks the same. So all three of those filled out. Leave the host name as localhost and just be careful. Some passwords contain special characters and it's easy to get confused between these single quotes and the closing angle bracket. So just make sure that you're typing your details in between these two single quotes and leave all the other parts unchanged. So we'll just save that. Okay, that's done. So now we need to make one other change. We're going to go back to phpMyAdmin. I'm going to bring up the database. I'm going to go into options. And we just need to correct these two at the top here, site URL and home. Sometimes you only have one site URL, depends on how new or old your WordPress installation is. So I have both of them. I'm just going to copy, so mine's new site.ratehouse.co.uk. Okay, so I'm just going to change mine. And then push go. So I'm changing it from my dev site to my new site because that's going to show the difference in the domain that we're changing for this example. And that's all changed, everything's been successful. So now we open up a new tab, type in new site.ratehouse.co.uk. Okay, we're getting an error. So this means something's not the same. Let's go back and have a look. wp-config is probably the first place to check. So these are the details that we got. The database, definitely called that. The user is definitely called this. And the password is definitely there. Okay, so there we go. Perfect. So one of those details must have had a slight issue or a typo. So we can see that this is now saying the same text as before we moved the site. So we've been able to back up the site, download the files in the database, go over to the new hosting account or the new place that you wish to upload this site to, upload the zipped file, extracted it and put those files in the relevant place, whether that's the document root if you want just the normal domain name to serve the site, or if you want to put it under a subdomain or a subdirectory, you can also do that. Then we've created a new MySQL database, and then we've imported our tables and the data that we had from the original site. We've then confirmed all of the details and updated the site's URL in the database and under the options area. The last thing we need to do is just to double check the primer links. So we'll log into the site, and sometimes the primer links break, so you have to just go the primer links rather down to here and just update whatever structure you had set up and just push save, and that will fix any issues with if this hasn't worked properly. You'll notice that any pages or posts you click on, either the URL structure is using the sort of extended question mark equals post id.php. This does all the nice name, so that when we go to our home page and we click on hello world, it says up here hello world instead of post equals id1. That's the sort of common issues around moving a site and importing it. If you have any questions, please raise a support ticket. Thank you.